much more likely to give me an additional 50.
So actually what you're saying is with $70 million, you can build this.
I can see why you'd think that, but no. You can't go to the board of trustees and say you gave Sheldon Cooper $70 million and have nothing to show for it. No, the only way you'd be able to save face is to double down.
The article critiques The Big Bang Theory for giving Sheldon Cooper a major character flaw, his persistent disinterest and cluelessness about money, which ultimately delayed his Nobel Prize win. Despite being a scientific genius, Sheldon consistently ignores financial opportunities and avoids involvement in profitable ventures, which contradicts the show's portrayal of his intellect and understanding of scientific funding. The article argues that this flaw, never addressed or redeemed throughout the series, undermines Sheldon's potential and development. It concludes that had the writers allowed him to engage realistically with financial matters, he might have achieved his Nobel Prize much earlier, making the series finale feel more earned and satisfying. 12 seasons later, The Big Bang Theory's worst error is how writers gave Jim Parsons a character flaw that delayed Sheldon's Nobel Prize. Sheldon Cooper has been one of the most iconic characters to come out of The Big Bang Theory. However, the series often undermines his potential, particularly when it comes to showcasing his intellect beyond the confines of pure academia. From the very beginning, the show establishes Sheldon's goal of earning the prestigious award, which he finally achieves in the series finale alongside his wife, Amy, for their groundbreaking work on superasymmetry. But had it not been for one significant character flaw, Sheldon might have earned that Nobel Prize much earlier. How The Big Bang Theory made Sheldon Cooper financially clueless. Jim Parsons' The Big Bang Theory character, Sheldon Cooper, has many quirks, from his obsession with his designated spot on the couch to his iconic triple knock. But one of the most persistent traits emphasized throughout the series is his unusual disinterest in money. The series repeatedly reinforces this aspect of his personality, whether it's Sheldon casually lending money to Penny, showing zero interest in profitable ventures, like Penny's flower barrette business, or dismissing the group's plan to monetize his algorithm through a mobile app. He even takes offense at being invited to a university fundraiser, arguing that he doesn't like being part of the money-grubbing machine. Fans have often questioned this trait, with one Reddit user asking, "Why isn't Sheldon, like, super rich?" A fair point, given his exceptional intellect and potential. However, the show portrays him as someone who expresses excitement about the potential scientific recognition instead of the financial gain, which ultimately becomes one of his most limiting flaws. Sheldon Cooper's lack of understanding of financial gain makes no sense. The Big Bang Theory and Young Sheldon both offer an extensive look into Sheldon's intellect, showcasing his genius from a remarkably young age. He's portrayed as inventive, often coming up with ideas that could easily be worth millions. Given his brilliance, it's clear that Sheldon understands the importance of funding in the scientific world. Caltech frequently organizes fundraisers to support research. Sheldon himself once requested over $500 million from the university to help prove a string theory assertion in the monetary insufficiency. So it's not a matter of ignorance. He's well aware that money is essential to advancing science. But he is still portrayed to be oblivious to the economic feasibility. Yet, despite this, the show continues to depict Sheldon as economically oblivious. If the writers had allowed his character to engage with the practical side of funding and financial strategy, there's a good chance he could have reached the Nobel milestone long before the season 12 finale. So, clearly, making Sheldon Cooper dumb in regards to money was nothing more than a dense decision. What makes this flaw even more glaring is how the show never truly gives Sheldon a redemption arc regarding this issue. For someone surrounded by pragmatic and financially savvy friends, it's frustrating that Sheldon never evolves in this area. Even by the time he receives the Nobel, it's not a result of financial acumen or strategic pursuit, it's essentially luck, due to Pemberton and Campbell's accidental validation of his theory. In a show that consistently celebrates intelligence, ambition, and personal growth, denying Sheldon the opportunity to learn the value of money in science feels like a missed opportunity, and one that costs the character a more earned, satisfying triumph.